Evening all, welcome to Space Engineers. So we're continuing our kind of salvage and I guess wrecking crew of the mining vessel, and we're almost done. So the last few things to do are actually to strip the reactor, or rather put some energy back in rather, and we're going to set this on well, basically we're just going to fire its engines up, fire it into the distance, and have done with it. We've had our way with it. That came out wrong, but we've had our way with it, and we're now going to cast it aside and move on to the next possible wreck, which is very likely on its way. And the life of a reaver is a funny thing. I think generally you get a bit tired of the pillage and rape. So what you end up trying to do is just enjoy the finer things in life, like, I don't know, blowing things up. And that's probably what we're going to end up doing at some point. But anyway, as you see, look at this, there's loads of stuff left on it. I mean, again, you could refine the whole ship and you would have just an overflowing coffer of minerals and stuff. But I'm just, look at that. And I even haven't looted all of the things, but it would take me forever to find them. So I think I'm sticking to my 10-minute rule, and this is it. This ship is going to be cast into the distance. And the way we do that is we just turn this mother around, and look at the size of it though, it's huge, isn't it? This actually, I've got to admit, I was 50-50 to keep it. I know I said that in the last video, but I honestly was 50-50 to keep this one, because you don't get ships this big, and I think this right here is maybe the ultimate salvager, but I don't know. Maybe I should have, maybe I should. Next time I get one, I'll actually take it and keep it. There you go, that's what I'll do. But I've had my fun with this one, and as we do, what I've done is I've just set it on a course. It's now running with its inertia dampener off, so it will just keep running at about 30 meters a second. And as I almost kill myself, my God, it's time to leave. So as we go through the great big breach in the hull, we're going to go and get out. Just before I do, for some reason I'm flailing around. I don't know what I'm doing, but just before I do, I think I was going to try and figure out which cargo cans I hadn't looted, but with 12% health, let's get out. Let's just go. And we make our way back to our illustrious thieving ship here, our getaway vehicle. Oh my God, the inertia dampeners, seriously. I'm not a spaz, I promise. I'm not drunk. Well, I'm a little bit drunk, but I'm not, I'm playing this game with this ship's thrusting forward, God damn it. It's not easy, right? And if I turn my inertia dampener off, as you see, I stop. So I have to just then match the velocity, as you see here. And then eventually I managed to make my way into matching velocity. There we go. So I'm in. What we do now is we'll then just decouple and then inertia dampener on, and you'll see this thing shoot past me. There you go. So hopefully you're understanding the momentum that was at play there. And there we go. Goodbye, mining vessel. A lovely ship. I love the SquadB reference on the back of it as well. It has been noted. So that's it. So let's head back to our flagship. Now, as an inaugural run of this tactic, I'd say that as a bleeding success, absolute bleeding success, because I've filled up the cargo cans here with just an absolute godload of materials, resources, ore. It's just such a good thing. That, to me, doing 5-10 minutes of that was better than an hour's mining, because I don't have to cock about with the refinery as much. I don't have to look for certain materials because it's given me them, and I think this is definitely something to do in the future. So we're going to head back to the flagship, and we're going to sort our loot. And I think this is going to be, I honestly think this is a mechanic to watch. I do hope at some point we get a bit more mechanics maybe that allows us to really, mess about with things as well. So maybe we can board and then start to kind of capture and take over, and then, bring the whole ship back here and maybe weld it together and make one glorious reaver base. I can dream, I can dream. So as we approach our illustrious flagship, we're going to head to the refinery. That's in the red zone, and we're going to dock up. And this has been, I think, just a fantastic success. I'm loving this thought that actually I don't have to mine too much again. And I do enjoy mining, but to me, it's kind of a necessity, whereas this is actually quite some good fun. As I'm sure you'll agree. So there we go, latch on, dunk, there we go, and that's worked out rather nice. Now, first off, let's go heal myself, because I've obviously got damaged pretty badly on that, so let's just go straight to our medi bay, and then you press and hold T, and it then heals you, and then charges your energy if you need it as well. So it's very useful, and I think this is definitely worth doing, because obviously keeping these your health up is obviously quite important, because you do die very easily in this game, and I do mean very effing easily indeed. So there we go, max health. And let's go and look at the spools. Now again, I think, to be honest, I've already got so many different types of materials. I'm not really looking for everything here. I think my key focus was reactor and propulsion parts. Plus, all of that ore is an absolute glorious find. So let's get that on the go. Now, you're going to see one of my frustrations with the game, and I've left this in because I wanted to show how frustrating this is. Look at how you have to transfer from one to the other. I would love to see a much more elegant solution. Anything docked with the vessel, you can then automatically internally transfer across. I would love to see that. I think at the moment that is missing. Post in the comments if I've missed something, but from what I tell you, just have to keep looking back and forward like this, which is just annoying as balls. But you know, it's not a terrible problem. It's not a major problem, but I think it would be nice if you didn't have to do it. So as you see, we're just loading up our refinery with all this wonderful ore that thing mined very kindly for us, which is obviously very nice. And in fact, there's a lot of nickel there. That's pretty cool. Fair bit of uranium as well. So I think the power, situation at the moment is looking very good. There's no concerns yet, let's say, but I think eventually we're going to have problems with uranium. So I think there will have to be some push at some point towards solar panels. But not right now. As we're looking there, that's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to get some plates on the go. Only because, again, I've got rather a lot of iron again. So what I generally would look to do is build as many plates as I can. And I didn't even fill the second cargo can. That's a shame. I should have probably done that, but oh well. And then I think we'll just take the parts out of here. I don't think we need all of them. Again, it's a bit fiddly, but look at that. 187 computers and 67 motors is most welcome indeed. That's a nice find. And I think God knows how many propulsion units, because they just do take so much building. It's really, I mean, look at that. God, I've got so many. So again, this is one of the frustrations of the game, is you do have to go back and forward. But again, it's no different to Minecraft and any game like that where you had to do this. So as we fill up our little spacesuit, it would be nice if I could have an external, or maybe if I docked this with a conveyor to the front, I could then maybe move things automatically. I would love to see that. Maybe that mining vessel even had that as well. You may recall it had conveyors going all the way to the very front to a docking clamp. So maybe that's actually what it will do. Now, I can't wait for that. The ability maybe to dock my mini ship with a large ship's conveyor system and then actually siphon units from it without even getting out my ship. How awesome would that be? That would be like in that Mad Max film when they literally just siphon gas out of the truck while it's still moving. That would be hilarious. Oh, I hope they do that. I really do. But it's coming well. I mean, look at all these parts. Fantastic stuff. I mean, it's that's definitely worth, that's been worth doing. And I think already I've got more parts here than I think I will use in a very long time. I probably have the beginnings of a much bigger ship here, kind of coming together. And that is actually what we're going to do. So I guess let's talk long term. We're going to do, in fact, let's take the uranium as well. We're going to do a rebuild of the flagship to make it bigger. I think as the game gets more and more streamlined, it seems to be able to handle more. So we're actually going to go and rebuild, or rather just extend, I guess is the way to put it, the flagship, and make it bigger, make it do more, make it have more rooms. I think sort out the refinery, make it a proper refining module, maybe even a settle-alone module that can be then docked with a bit more easily than this. I mean, I want to make it a much bigger ship, so that's the plan. And I'm probably going to start doing that over the next few days. But I think for now, let's just keep looting. Let's keep building those stocks of resources because we need them. My God, do we need them. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.